The concept of this video is being unreasonable. How being unreasonable is going to put you in a position to achieve goals that you set yourself, and it's going to make it impossible for you not to achieve those goals, right? So I'm gonna link to this geezer. He's on my right. He's got a drink in his hand. I mean, he's enjoying himself. He's in Ibiza. By the way, for context, I don't know if you can see the comparison. That's me. Um, I was in Ibiza, and at this point, I was playing football. I mean, semi-professional football. I mean, doing my thing, whatever. In reasonable shape, not in shape at all. No muscle mass, fat percentage is quite high here. And I was just in the cycle of pleasing everyone. Even though the reason that I was on that island was because I was pleasing someone. I didn't know anything about it. And a group of friends at the time said, no, let's go here. Just went there. Didn't know what I was getting myself into. And at this point in my life, I negotiated with my goals, if I even had any. I was stuck constantly people pleasing. Oh, what does that person think about this? Or what does that person think about this? Or oh, that friendship, and oh, I've got to maintain this. I've got to make sure that's all right. I put all of these things above my goals. And thirdly, I was aiming for balance. I thought that throughout the week, that's when you work really hard, you do your thing, and then the weekend's there, so you just let it go. Or when you go on holiday, you just let it all go and you let it disappear. Now, it wasn't until I fixed these three things, which I'm going to be taking you through this video, that I was able to completely change my life in every area that you can imagine. I was able to achieve goals I never thought was possible, especially at this time. So, without further ado, let's get into the rest of the video. Do I have to click it? Oh, flip. Happened quite quick. All right. So, I'm going to be telling you about a period of my life that I've recently just been going through. I spent 3 months. So to give you context, that picture on the right, that geezer, he's got his arms out. Again, that's me. Context. I had a goal. I set myself a goal the last 3 months, 4 months, sorry. I set myself a goal to be able to lift 100 kilogram plus, all lifts for 6 reps. Now, this was pertaining basically more to my upper body than anything. Lower body, I'd already been able to lift. But yeah, 100 kilograms for all lifts for at least 6 controlled reps. Why? Wow, the reason why is deeper than you'd think. So I used to go to the gym. You might relate to this. I used to go to the gym. I'd be with my friends who are bigger than me. Just context, I'm about 5'5". I ain't the biggest guy in the world at all. And I'd go to the gym with my friends all of the time. Back in the day, that year, I made no progression. I've spoken about this before. And they would always load up the plates or the dumbbells or whatever, and they would always lift so much more than me. And it made me feel really insecure and really felt weak, and really wasn't a good feeling. I don't even know how I ended up keep going to the gym, but it just wasn't a really good feeling. Every time that we do a bench press, for example, they'd have to unload the weights for me and then load it back up for themselves. And I got to the point of nah, this ain't happening. And I said to myself, one day I'm gonna go through a season where I become incredibly strong for my size, and I done it. And this goal took me it was a 4 month goal, but realistically, it took me about 6 to 8 months of intentionality. And I was able to hit 100 kilograms plus on all of my reps. And I far exceeded this goal, to be fair. 100 kg plus. Got 130 on the shoulders, 140 on the back, 110, on the bench. And it was like, oh, wow, okay. And what I learned through this season is why being unreasonable is the single most important trait and characteristic you can have when it comes to achieving goals. Now, throughout this season, I wrote it here. I had to make no my favorite word. Someone would ask me, what are you doing on the weekend? How do you want to do this? And I say, no, 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 no. Like, the goal was 100 kilograms plus for all 6 reps. Now, I'm going to be going through later how to set specific goals, but this was just one of many that I had at the time. And that's the truth. I had to make no my favorite word. But at the end of it now, am I super happy that I made no my favorite word? Yeah, I'm incredibly happy I done it, and I'm going to do it again. So strap in. But I'm going to come back to this, but I'm going to show you why balance is complete BS. I don't want to swear, but balance is BS. We've always been taught be balanced, no, it's about balance. Aim for balance. You know what I mean? There's a balance. Balance is BS. Now let me show you. Balance is BS. Now look at that picture. What's happening is balanced. So now what you have, I'm going to explain balance in a scientific term, and I'm going to compare it to a car. When we look at a car, Yeah, you have the clutch or manual car. You automatic drivers, you're not real, but you have a manual car, and you have the accelerator and you have the clutch. Now, in order for the car to move as if it's about to go anywhere, the clutch has to meet the accelerator at the biting point. All right, stay with me. Now, the biting point where it's about to go somewhere, but it's not actually moving, it stayed the same. That is the balanced point in between the clutch and the accelerator. Now, how does the car move? Well, the foot comes off the clutch. We create another imbalance. So it started off imbalanced, it came to balance, and then we go imbalanced again. So the accelerator has to go past the clutch. We take our foot off the clutch, and then the car starts to move. Now, that is the single only analogy you'll ever need to hear when it comes to balance and or being balanced. Balance is nonsense. If you have goals, so for me, I'll take you back here. My goal very much was to, yeah, put on a bit of size, put on a bit of muscle, but I had my goal of these lifts. Now, I was doing balance up until that point for years, and I hadn't achieved any of these goals. Now, you have to go for a season, you have to go for a period of time specifically where you are unbalanced, which puts you in a place of achieving your goals. Now, look, again, another way I can describe balance is you've got a graph here. Yeah, balance is in the middle. So balance is here. Balance simply means maintenance, middle, balance, middle. Yeah. So you are here. This is where you start off. You start off balanced. All right. Now, in order for you to get here, as I said, like the car, you have to be unbalanced to move here. And then when you get here, you can balance things out again, and your balance is at a higher level. I'm hoping this makes sense. You go through a season of being unbalanced, literally, to achieve that goal. You have to be unbalanced. And then it levels out again, and you create a new graph. Bring it here. You create a new graph. And this step where you go from here to here just represents your goals increasing and increasing. So, for example, I'll go back here. Now, when I have my goal, because I've set new goals, my goal is to lift double my body weight on everything. So that's going to be 150 kilograms plus on everything, right? This is a new goal. Yeah, so I hit the goal, I got here. Now, new goal hits here. Now, in order to get from here, this is balance. You can either go backwards, not do anything, or maintenance, which is continue doing what you're doing, which will mean you're staying here, or you up it, become unbalanced, and you get to your goal, the new goal. Balance is the single worst thing that has ever been taught, and you literally have to be unbalanced to be balanced. Now, anybody telling you that, oh, it's all right, balance, go here and do things that don't pertain to your goals, they're taking you off track. So now we've got balance out of the way. You're probably thinking, what do you mean unreasonable? Now, unreasonable is the single most important characteristic, and I'm going to show you exactly how to be unreasonable. Now, being unreasonable simply means saying no to absolutely anything that does not pertain to your goals. Now, your goals may be physical, mental, spiritual, financial, you whatever goal it is. If this thing does not pertain to my goals or to your goals, the answer is no. No matter how tempting it is, no matter how enticing it is, no matter how much it makes sense, no matter how hard you think you've worked throughout the week, you get to the end of the week and an opportunity to do something that does not pertain to your goals arises. Now we have a decision to make. We look at that thing and be like, oh, I earned it. Oh, do you know what? I'm going to let my hair down and I earned it. Or we're going to look at a thing and we're going to look at it and think, all right, does this thing pertain to my goals? Now, we have a multitude of goals at the same time. I'll give you my example for right now. I have a goal. My goals are all physical improvement, mental improvement, spiritual improvement, financial improvement. Now, if it doesn't pertain to either of those things, I am not there. And that's your attitude. Now, this attitude, let's go back to the start. This attitude is gonna annoy some people. Yeah, people please. It's gonna annoy some people. But the type of people that attitude annoys are the type of people that you don't want to be around. Being unreasonable simply shows you who's really there and who's not. Who wants you to just destroy yourself for their amusement and for their collaboration. So they've got somebody to destroy themselves with, whether it's drinking or whatever nonsense it is, or overdoing it. And guys, please take this. I'm not trying to be extreme, but this is specific when you're in a season of trying to hit goals. Yeah. A good friend or a person that actually wants the best for you is gonna hear that and feel two things. First of all, they're gonna be inspired. They're gonna be like, "Oh my days, I'm around the right type of person. I want this person to achieve their goals." And then the second thing they're gonna do is they're gonna cheer you on. They're gonna be like, "Yeah, do you know what? Go on, bro. I love that. Yeah, no, don't worry. We don't have to go here. You go do your thing. I love that, bro. Go do your thing." Being unreasonable is not just going to take you to your goals, but being unreasonable is going to show you who should be there with you when you achieve them. This is deep. Being unreasonable is so much deeper than you actually realize, and this is why I'm making a video about this. So the point you came for is, how do we become unreasonable? How do we do it? Now, there's two rules. The two rules of becoming unreasonable are, well, three. Set a goal. So we have to set a goal. We have to make it clear. Like, what is the goal? What are we doing? Basically, we have two goals. We have specific and we have open goals. As I said, for me, a specific goal was 100 kilograms plus on the bench. Have to. Specific. That's a measurable one. And then my open goal: spiritual, mental, physical, financial. Now, if it doesn't pertain to increasing any of those four areas of my life, is a strong likelihood the answer is no. Now, that links me to rule number one: vitamin N. We all need a bit of vitamin N. Just means vitamin no, saying no to stuff. This is something I struggled with for ages. I used to, you may link to this as well. You may feel this the same way, but I used to say yes to absolutely everything. No matter what it was, I'm there. If it took up my free time and stopped me from being bored, laying with myself and being in my own thoughts, I'd say yes and I'd go there. Opposite. No, no, no. If it doesn't link to the goal, no. If it doesn't pertain to the goal, no. It doesn't matter who it is, doesn't matter where it is, doesn't. If it doesn't link to the goal, no. And rule number two is the one that's gonna bring some joy to this video because it's a bit damning at the moment, isn't it? Rule number two is my world, your world. Now, your world simply means your goals are, for me, physical, mental, spiritual, financial. Cool. These are all my goals to increase in every area of these. Now, I constantly invite people to join me on this conquest. That means, do you want to come gym with me? That means, would you like to go to this event, maybe with church, or would you like to, or here's this book, bro, like, recommend this book, or do you want to film some content together, or do you get what I'm saying? Like, all of these goals that are going to make us sharper in the areas that I care about, people can join my world, no problem. And it can be our world now, wherever. But you do not leave your world and go and join somebody else's. That is the premise of being unreasonable. And I know that's selfish. Yeah. Welcome to achieving goals. You have to be unbalanced for a period of time to be balanced later. That's how many years, I cannot express how many years I struggled with this. And going through the cycle of doing a little bit better throughout the week and then getting to the end of the week and just destroying it because of negotiating my goals, being stuck trying to please people and aiming for balance. So that was it. YouTube's gonna recommend something. It might put it there or somewhere. It's gonna take you to another video. See you in a bit.